Hi. So this is the Exam 1 practice worksheet, and I'm going to go through significant figures with calculations first. Let me grab the pen and come up here. So we first have 10.26, and then if we add 0.063, you can see that we don't have anything above the 3 here after the 2.6. So the rules of significant figures tell us that our answer here is 10.323, but that we have to keep the one with the lowest number of decimal places for addition and subtraction. So that means this one is the last significant figure. So our answer is 10.32. All right, let me see if I can move up to the next one. I'm not really sure how to use this thing yet. Okay, so now we have the same problem but with multiplication. So we have 10.26 times 0.063, and our calculator answer is 0.64638. So over here we have 4 significant figures, and over here we have only 2 significant figures. These guys are the only ones that are significant. So we can only keep 2 significant figures in our answer. So we get to round this down to 0.65. So that is our final answer for that one. So now we have division problem, and that's the same rules for multiplication and division. Our calculator answer here is 51186. It's not that easy to write on a computer screen. But here we have 4 significant figures, and over here we have 3, so we can only keep 3. So we have to round this one again to 0.512. All right, let's see if I can get the next one up. This has subtraction and multiplication and division, so we have to be really careful here. We have 110.72 minus 64. So this gives us a 46.72 on the top, but the 64 doesn't have any decimal places. So we can only keep this last digit here, which would round to 47, but we don't want to round to 47 before we're done with the end of the problem. So we're going to put this over the multiplication answer, which is 0.00012096. Now over here we have 2 sig figs, and over here we have 3 sig figs. So we want to keep only 2 sig figs, which means this is our last one. So we have 2 sig figs here divided by 2 sig figs here, which we need to end up with only 2 sig figs. So we get 386,243.386. But this needs to be rounded to only 2 significant figures. So we have 390,000 because we're rounding it to the 2 sig figs. So if you wanted to write this, you could do 3.9 times 10 to the 5th. If you wanted to write it in scientific notation. All right, now we have our last one over here. 56.1 minus 51.1 is 5.0. Keep all those numbers. That 0.1 minus 0.1 is 0.0. So we need to keep that. It's not just 5. 5.0 over our 6.58. Okay, so we have 2 significant figures here that we're that we're keeping, and 3 down here, so we need to keep 2. Our calculator answer is 0.75987,842. So we can only keep 2 significant figures. We have to take this one, so we're going to round it to 0.76. So you have to just be really careful of the rules for significant figures. When you have multiplication and division, then you keep the lowest number of significant figures. When you have addition and subtraction, then you keep the lowest number of decimal places. But it gets a little tricky when you're combining both. So if you have any questions, feel free to text me or email me, and I'll see you in the next video.